Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. I have a very simple question for you all today, and hopefully you will answer this question down in the comments below. How are we all feeling about this game right here? About Lo-Fi, one of the most eagerly anticipated upcoming new VR titles. This is a noir, cyberpunk, detective, crime, action, adventure, thriller with a storyline that has been built from the ground up for VR by one developer. It will also work flat screen. There is a flat screen mode, and last time I checked, this game was scheduled to release on Steam for PCVR and on PSVR2. But there has been a playable version of this game in an alpha state available now for coming up on 6 years. The first version of Lo-Fi that consumers could purchase, download and play was made available on Itchio, itch.io, back in October of 2019. So if I'm being completely fair, we've had a playable build for Lo-Fi for 5 years and 3 months, 5 years and 4 months, something like that. But as of October 2025, we will have had a playable version of this game for 6 years. And after having a conversation with a friend online about Lo-Fi, I'm just curious if the VR community are still as hyped up, excited and ready and raring to go for this particular game as they were all those years ago, now in January 2025. Now, I'm not making this video to put any kind of pressure on that solo developer. I'm sure they have more than enough internal pressure and more than enough external pressure to finish this game. I can't even begin to figure out how hard it must be to build a video game. I just don't know. I don't have that skill set. I don't have the knowledge set. I've never attempted it, and I don't think I ever would attempt it. I have enough stress sitting down trying to craft a 20-minute video where I just play a video game and talk to a camera. That's a really simple concept, but all humans want to create things that match the vision that they have for them in their mind. And that's why I would never make a video game, because I think my vision, my ambition, would be so great that trying to get there would probably cripple me. And I'm wondering if that's what might be slightly happening with Blair and with Lo-Fi. Was the vision too big? Is the ambition too great? Is getting there proving too difficult? I don't know, and I'm just curious if people are still just as excited about Lo-Fi now. Can I shoot this person? Aw, come on! Come off it! That sucks. Are people just as excited now as they were all those years ago? Can I talk to you?
Over the line, baby.
Oh.
Fully functional.
Oh, okay, how much?
350 in crypto.
I don't think I have that.
All yours.
I don't think I have 350, but let's try and blag it.
Sorry, baby.
I knew
You
it.
don't have enough in your wallet.
Okay.
I only accept crypto.
I don't think I'd want to sleep with her anyway. Her like feet are backwards or something. That's a big turn off for a foot guy like me. I have to clarify, I don't actually like feet. I actually think feet are awful. They turn me off. They do the opposite. They don't get me going at all. So yeah, what are people thinking about Lo-Fi? I see a lot of comments on the Itchio page of both sides. Some people are still super supportive. You know, this game's incredible. I hopped in, it blew my mind. It still blows my mind now. It looks phenomenal, and it has a vibe that is unlike anything else in VR. Anything else in gaming, I would say. We don't have games that look and feel like this feels. But then on the other side, the other 50% of the people are in there saying, you've ripped me off. I want my money back. It's been 6 years. This is ridiculous. When are you going to finish it? How much longer do you need, etc. So this is a really good kind of microcosm for both sides of the gaming landscape. You have the really understanding people who understand that they paid for an early access demo, and when you buy into early access, that thing might never get finished. You have those people who are very understanding, and then you've got the other people on the other side who are kind of rightly like, well, I paid £35 for a full product, I was promised something and it hasn't happened yet. Hello, Robot Man. Who's the bloody victim?
As with many lo-fi,
Yep.
we have nothing on file.
Brilliant. Well, clean it up then.
Certainly.
Right, so we have a dead guy here, a dead samurai, for some reason. I speak to this robot here. I ask, who is this? The robot says, I have no idea. I say, clean it up. He says, yep, will do. And that's kind of it. There are threads here that you can follow in this alpha build. Slight pieces of story content that will take you on quote-unquote missions, quests, but they're very loose. The gameplay structure has never been particularly clear to me. I've always loved this product because of the vibes, and just coming in here and walking around and breathing it in, it's an experience within itself. Hello? Are you okay? Can I speak to you? Why is my torch going off when I get near you? What do you do to my torch? Oh, it's weird. I don't like that. Why haven't you got a nose? Oh, she knows that I'm talking about her. I don't like it. I mean, look at it. Lighting, sparks. There's kind of like this film grain over the whole thing. Immaculate vibes. Immaculate vibes. But now, kind of 6 years later, I'm wondering if this would have been better as kind of a walking sim with a really good story that drove you down a fairly linear path where you could appreciate these environments, go on this crime-solving detective adventure, uncover a great cyberpunk noir story, and just get to spend a couple of hours in this gorgeous world. But that's not the game that Blair wants to build, so that's why we don't have that. Blair wants to build something much more ambitious, much more open, much more free for players to approach it in whatever way they want. And I think that's the stumbling block. I think that's why, potentially... Hello. You alright? You're a bit see-through. She's not having a good time. That's why, potentially, we're here 6 years later, nearly 6 years later, with not much to show for it on the consumer side. Blair might have a build of this game which is phenomenal and completely different to this. He might be doing quests, missions, leveling up, going all over the place, doing crazy things. The story might be coming together. It might be phenomenal. But what we have exposure to and what the consumers are shown is a product which is basically just a proof of concept. Almost a vertical slice. You drop in, you explore these gorgeous locations. You can have kind of very dead-end conversations with NPCs, like this one. Shop. Sure, okay, I can buy a 9-volt battery or some sweet water. I'll buy some sweet water. I bought far too much sweet water. I'm going to get out of there. She's bloody ripped me off. And that's kind of it. And you move on to a different location. Let's hop in here. Let's hop into the cruiser. Right, I'm shit at driving this thing, especially when I'm playing seated because I just bloody am. Right, let's go. Let's do a bit of a fly around. So, I always get a bit worried when I make videos like this. Because I think people might assume I'm kind of trying to be negative or trying to come for a developer, and it's hard, and I don't understand. Again, I don't understand what goes into making a video game, so I would never sit here and say you should have finished this game by now. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this project... That's so cool. I didn't realise you could shoot. That might be new. Blow up all these bloody buildings. Let's go blow up Arasaka. What I'm saying is, was the ambition here too much for a one-man project? You know, but then should our ambitions be limited in that way as humans? That's a complex question, isn't it? That's a deep question. Should we go, oh, okay, I won't try and do that thing because that's probably a bit too much for me to bite off. That's a bit too much. Or, you know, should we go, no, you know, I'm going to tackle that project and it will take as long as it bloody takes and people can just wait for it. People can just wait for it. Can I go on autopilot? Do I have an autopilot? Turn me lights on. Yes, get me lights going. Let's get the siren on. Yes, get the siren on. Nice. HUD. No, I bloody hate the HUD. I think this is just a really good case study and example of potentially announcing a game too early and burning people's hype out long before the game is ready to release. And we see this so much in AAA gaming, in indie gaming, just in gaming in general. Hollow Knight 2, you know? We've been waiting for Hollow Knight 2 forever, and it's got to the point where it's kind of a meme to ask about Hollow Knight 2 whenever there's a Nintendo Direct. Whenever there's some kind of video game showcase, people are asking about Hollow Knight 2. Is it going to be there? Been waiting for it for years. Turn my lights off. And I think Lo-Fi is kind of that for VR users. Oh, I do like doing that, though. Take that, you shitty building. I think Lo-Fi is that experience for VR users. You know, it's this amazing game that we all want. We all want it. Oh no, I can't. I'm gone upside down, for God's sake. Oh no, that's just a mess now, isn't it? Right, let's just do a full loop. If I do a full loop, eventually I'll be facing the right way. I don't think there's anyone within the VR community, within the VR ecosystem, who doesn't want this game. That would be kind of wild if there were people. Oh, can I dock in that? Let's see if I can dock in that. Throttle down. There we go. Oh, I've throttled down too much. Throttle up a bit, mate. I think everyone wants it. It's a gorgeous game. I can't imagine there's many people within VR who don't want this kind of dystopian cyberpunk noir thriller. I just think that's crazy. Surely people want this. But we were shown it, promised it maybe. Dock. A little bit too early. And when I say a little bit too early, I mean a lot too early, because I think 5-6 years, it's a long time for people to be waiting for something, especially when there's a playable build, which has been updated. It was updated in March of 2024, but not a lot seems to change. Hello, Metacorp. This is a nice place, isn't it? I think there's a man here, like an actual man, and he's got like quite well animated facial features. I remember that right. Oh, she's T-posing. Oh, she's meant to be T-posing. I thought the game had broken. I can press a button here, can't I? Hello.
Designed since 2032 by Medical.
It's currently almost some kind of museum for a thing that doesn't exist. You know, you're walking through and you're learning about a version of reality that isn't real. You're learning about these robots and where all the people have gone. You're learning the lore. That's what this alpha does quite well. You can go around, you can learn about the lore, you can find out about the companies, you can read data, documents and things that you find. You can talk to characters. There's a few characters, not a lot of them, but you can talk to people. You can learn about the lore, but outside of that, it's really hard to gauge what kind of game this is actually going to be when all is said and done.
The replacement.
Hello. You alright?
I was sorry to hear about your predecessor.
Who?
He was a good man.
Oh yeah, he died, didn't he? Let's talk business.
Straight to the point.
Yeah, we're not messing around today.
I can get you a decommissioning contract right now.
Oh, do it. Can I have it?
Medicorp contracts. Decommissioning synthetics.
Right. I'll take it.
Great. Here you are.
Done it.
Check the contract for the target's last known location.
Amazing. Will do.
Decommission the target. And bring the ghost chip back to me for compensation.
Nice. I'm going to go and kill the robot, and then I'll bring the ghost chip back to you. So I think the robot's at the diner. So like the loose gameplay structure right now is that you kind of take on these contracts, you go and kill or decommission these droids, these bots, get their chip, bring it back. It's loose because it's an alpha. I kind of get what the game will be at some point. Is that a flying vacuum cleaner? Looks like a trumpet. I could play that as a trumpet. It's massive. I would struggle. Oh, hello. No, we're leaving now. Don't like that. That's freaking me out. I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here. How do I leave? Put me back in the bloody that thing. That thing there, please. Right, we are going to cheat, and we're going to use the fast travel to get to the diner, because I can't fly the bloody patrol car around. I love it, but I'm terrible at it. Now, you can tell where the next objective is, the next story objective, because it's highlighted on this map. Right here, you can see there's a little reticule. It's flashing on the diner. So that's where we're going to go. Ah! That's my monitor. Right, there we go. Now, I'll play this seated as well, because I think the patrol car thing works better seated. Otherwise, standing up would be fine, but flying that thing when standing is terrible. Right, this location is one of the best looking locations, but it usually captures quite poorly whenever I try to make a video, because there's just a lot going on. I do think the game runs better now than it used to. Back when I played it originally, it was really bloody challenging to run, and it feels much smoother now. So there's clearly a lot that's gone on under the hood. There's clearly a lot that's gone on full stop, but it still doesn't feel like a conventional game yet. You know, there are objectives. Let me just clarify, there are objectives, there are things to do. You are taken on a specific journey if you follow the objectives, even here in the alpha. But it still feels very loose. I don't think like the gameplay structure has fully come together for this kind of public build just yet. Potentially that's all being held back for full release, whenever that might be. 24-hour diner. I guarantee this is going to bloody record terribly again. I hope it doesn't.
Blackwater Diner.
Hello. How are you? You alright?
Soldiers on a house
Oh.
for law enforcement.
You're the bloody one I've got to decommission.
Low-fi lowlifes, hi-fi jackets, aimless androids and watchers. What is here for the likes of an intelligent being?
Right, so I tried to decommission them, and now my only option is to let them go.
Thank you.
There you
I
go.
will make the most of the life you have allowed me to retain.
Well, I didn't have much choice. So I can't then get her ghost chip, which means I can't go back to the man and give the ghost chip in. That's a shame. I wanted to kill you. I'll be honest, I wanted to kill you with my bloody fists and my bloody gun, love. Although I don't think this is loaded. No, I need to get some ammo for that. Right, while I'm here, I may as well look at the menu. What you got? Let's have a soy Joe, please. Thank you. Did I get one? I hope so. I spent all that money just now. No thanks, I'm good. So like, visuals are undeniably cool. Like, it's gorgeous. I would never come in here and be like, oh, this game looks crap. It doesn't look crap. It looks amazing. It has a very specific style. I come into it periodically. I jump in. I let that atmosphere wash over me. I love it. I remember why I love it. And then I stop playing and I wait for updates. And that's the loop. That's the loop I'm in now. It's the loop I've been in for 4 years. I'm waiting for that day when we're told it's ready. Here it is. This is full release. This is how long the story will take. You know, 6-hour story, whatever it might be. This is how replayable it is. This is how open it is. Because right now it's not really even an open world game. It's a few sections or areas that you can come to and land at in your patroller. If you get in your patrol car and just fly to a random street, you can't land and get out. You have to land in the little boxes where you can dock. Right, so I'm dog shit at flying this, but I am going to try to fly somewhere and just land. I'm pretty certain you can't. I'm pretty sure the only places you can land are the little docking boxes, the little rectangles that are kind of around. Let's just throttle that up slightly. There we go. And off we go. Look at that blasting off. So let's try and land somewhere where I'm not actually allowed to land. I love all of this. I love the big adverts. I love going to, there's a cinema in here. You can go to the cinema. You can watch old kind of public domain movies. I think they added Steamboat Willie recently, which is pretty cool. It's a vibes experience. I think that's my boldest statement. I think right now it isn't a video game. It's a vibes experience. And I don't think all video games need to conform to a certain set of rules and parameters. But I would say that this... no! Why? Why can I never throttle up? There we go. Oh, I'm going to crash. This certainly has never really felt like a video game to me. And that might be intentional. That might be a choice that Blair has made for a reason. But it has never felt like a video game to me. It's always felt like just an experience, a cinematic, vibes-based atmosphere simulator. Oh my god, why can't I fly this thing straight? And that's fine, to a point. But then comes a day when you need more substance. You need the meat that goes on these gorgeous-looking bones. Can I shoot you out of the air? I'm missing. Oh, take that, you dick! You stupid dick! Blew him up, that was great. Yeah, then comes a day where you need more than just great vibes and atmosphere. You need something more substantial. I'm trying to blow this up now. And I think I'm at that point where I need that now. Can't hit that thing. Can't hit that thing to save my life. I'm at that point now where I need that. I need something more to do. I need direction. And I'm happy to wait, and I will wait. I'll continue to wait for the full game, but I'm just curious to see what everyone else thinks. Because I think everyone's been waiting for this game for a very long time. And the waiting doesn't seem to have an end date. And that's fine as well. But has the hype ran out? Right, yeah. I've got to land in these little boxes. You can't just land wherever you want. That's not an option. So I'm going to have to try and get into this little box here. And we're going to try and do it upside down. And when we get there, I'll just hit the dock button. And it will just stop me, right? It's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. That's a very pink place that I'm going to. Oh, come on. Get in there. Hit the dock button. Everything's fine. It's all automatic after that point. Bosh! Yeah! Look at me go. I'm amazing at flying my stupid... I'm not. I'm garbage at flying this stupid... I mean, look how cool this looks. There's a pack of stuff on the floor. Some kind of soy boy treat, I think it's called. That is... I don't know what that is. Dr. Pepper, maybe? Little crushed up can down there. This detective is a slob. He is a slob. Have I just landed back at the same place I was before? What is this cyber mess of a place? Oh, I remember this place. I mean, look at the lighting and stuff. It's crazy cool. 100% real cats. Just look at it. Just breathe it in. If he does what he set out to do and he makes this a full-blown detective thriller with a story and with direction and focus and clear objectives and a story that's gripping. Because I think that's the big thing for me, a story that's gripping, a story that's going to want to make me continue to play and capture and decommission these robots. Because, you know, decommissioning robots, fine, that's cool. But I need a reason to want to keep doing that. I want something to drive me through. Can I not go on this pier? Oh, I can't go on the bloody pier. That's a shame. That is a shame. Right, let's go look at the cinema, and then I'll just wrap things up. This is kind of a video for people who have never seen lo-fi. Put it on your radars, you know. You are the next wave of people that have to wait for this game for an undisclosed amount of time. Because I'm sure if you've never seen this game before, you'll look at this right now and you will be impressed. You'll be like, oh my god, it looks amazing. And it looks even better in headset. But then the video is also for the people who have already been waiting. They're the people I want to hear from. And I want to know if you're feeling like me, like a little bit disillusioned at this point, and you're just kind of eager to get that finished product, or at least hear about kind of what state it's in, maybe see a new trailer. If Blair could cut a new trailer that shows kind of the flow of the game, gives us a better understanding of kind of how it's going to play, show what there is available to do, like a new trailer, I think would go a really long way. But again, that's time that has to be taken out of developing, and it's hard. This is the most iconic area. I think this is still the best looking area. It's the old club district. This area looks like phenomenal. I think this was the bulk of the first trailer I saw was set here in this specific location, and like just the reflections, the water, again the lighting, the kind of the smoke. It's so beyond incredible looking. But it's hollow in its current state. I have to keep reiterating that because I don't want to sound like I'm just like speaking about something I don't know about. I don't know what the finished product is going to be like. I don't know what the product that Blair seemingly has access to himself, because, you know, he is the man, he's created this. I don't know what his version, his current build looks like. I don't know what that final vision is. But this right here that people have been playing for potentially 6 years, coming up 6 years, that's the hollow one. That's this pure vibes experience. That does a great job of showcasing what the game's going to look like and what it's going to feel like, but doesn't do a good job of explaining kind of what we'll actually be doing. Right, we have to check out the cinema at least once per video. Every time we check out this game, we have to pop into the cinema to see what public domain movies have been added and are showing on the big screen. Alright, let's go. Hello, you alright? So, you walk through here. It's, yeah, look at it. Who's this guy? Woman? Hello? Why don't you sit down? Can't hear you, love. It's really loud. So this is the cinema. And it even has these, like, adverts. So loud. It's so loud, it's crazy. Look at it. It's just like such a cool touch. I wonder what they're playing. I need to find out now. It might have like a massive long opening sequence, so if it does, I'm just leaving, but... Oh, that's bright. Uh-huh. What we got? Oh, it's so atmospheric. Look at it. Look at the way the lighting kind of lights up the whole room. It's crazy. I don't know what this is. Countdown. Big spooky countdown. Whoa, look at that. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. I mean, like, this would just be a great environment or a place to hang out in multiplayer to watch movies. Like, I would love to sit in here with other like VR users and throw popcorn at each other and just like watch an old movie. I imagine it's this. I imagine it's Tobor the Great, because that looks like it's some kind of sci-fi flick. Yeah, really cool. Right, I'm not going to go to the clubs and look at all the sexy dancing ladies. I do that in every single video. I'm just going to go and finish this in front of the man himself. Have another cool shot of me walking down the street here. Look at that. Whoa. Now, you can get ammunition for your gun, and you can like shoot the robots, and you can shoot those. I think you can shoot those down. One of the patch notes for the update that dropped in March 2024 to this build said that more items are like destructible. Like you can break more stuff apart now if you start shooting things. Yeah. Very cool. Very, very cool looking. Like, yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, I love that it comes on when you get near it. Brilliant. Here we go. This is my apartment. This is where I live. Not very spacious, but I do have a giant Game Boy arcade cabinet. Now, this should work. This should be playable. But for some reason... hold on. There we go. I'm on it. But for some reason, it wasn't working. I have set up some emulators. And I put Super Mario Land on here. But yeah, not working for me. It did before when I previously played the game. I played some NES, I think it's NES games and Game Boy games. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, this isn't working currently, which is it's a bit of a shame. Yeah, big, giant, unplayable Game Boy. There did also used to be like an actual handheld Game Boy here on my bed, but that seems to have disappeared as well. I must not have set something up correctly. It'll probably be me. But I did follow all the instructions. I put the core in the right core folder. I put the ROMs in the right ROM folder, and it just didn't work the way. Oh, it's gonna be bright. Oi! Didn't work the way it should have. So I'll have to have a look at that again because I have got it working before. But there should be a Game Boy on the bed, and there is no Game Boy on the bed. But this kind of stuff brings up a really interesting kind of point, and that is like this game is supposed to release on PSVR2 for PlayStation, Sony. So I'm confident that stuff like this will have to be removed in place of maybe some kind of pre-built or like purpose-built arcade games that Blair has kind of had to program himself. There are a couple in the game already, like little games you can play, which are kind of in-universe and they're in VR, because you won't be able to have a Game Boy or a Game Boy cabinet that plays Game Boy games in a PSVR2 release. So there are things in here which kind of will fundamentally have to change before it comes out. Right, I'm going to leave it here in front of the man himself. This is Blair. He's put himself in the bloody game. Look, that's his face. I've seen his face and it looks like that. The only thing I would say is he definitely doesn't have two ears like that. Unless he does. I don't think he does. But no, he definitely has. There's a head within the head going on here. So, and you can put your hand through his face if you want to. So, you know, if you have to kind of go somewhere and let out some rage about how you want the game to be done, come here and direct it at this kind of lifeless avatar rather than directing it at the actual man with feelings himself. I know it is tempting to kind of just harass a developer and say, look, get this thing done, blah, 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 but I wish more people were sympathetic to how difficult it must be to create something like this, and you're kind of out there on your own. Funding isn't unlimited. I've seen a few people say, oh, funding, he's had all this money from these early access sales. He has to surely pay for food and living and rent and stuff. I don't know if Blair has a full-time job. I think what I'm trying to say is ultimately, it does take as long as it takes to create a game, especially if you have a vision that you want to achieve. And we can't speed that up, and we can't force someone to go faster than they want to go. I think the real conversation should be around when games are announced and when playable versions are made available to consumers, because that's the part that can create this issue where people get angry and it's been too long, you haven't updated it in ages, it's been 6 years since you released this. If you give people that kind of benchmark, that's where the problems start. And I've seen it so many times with early access. You give people something, they get excited, but that hype can't last forever. You have to time it perfectly. And I think, personally, in the case of Lo-Fi, I think it was too early. Loads of hype, loads of goodwill created, and I'm just curious if that's still... Is that still out there? Are we all still super hyped? I will play this game when it releases. I know I will. I just will. It will be great. I'm sure it will. But I would have been more hyped if this had been announced kind of 2 years out from release, let's say. And we got this demo then, and then 2 years later, bang, we had the game. No one's fault. Things change. Projects grow. Issues occur. Roadblocks appear. Things happen. Life happens. But yeah, how are we all feeling about Lo-Fi? Hopefully you've enjoyed this random video, and I will see you soon for another one. I'm just going to sit here and look out the window and contemplate my life's choices. Why does that look so weird down there? Why is there nothing? Why is it just like an endless blue abyss? Shouldn't look like that, should it? There should be like a floor there or something. Alright, take care everyone. I will see you soon for another one. Peace out. Bye-bye.